catlovedreamingpeach.com.
Happy Monday, sweet peaches. So I did a crazy long live stream on Friday night. I thought I was going to pop on for 10 minutes. I ended up going on for 6 hours. There were a lot of people who joined me, and it was really interesting. There was also a lot of trolls, a lot of nasty comments, but a lot of interesting comments. And in that, I was talking at some point about that the most dangerous people are white people who refuse to acknowledge white privilege. LoveDreamingPeach.com. Join me on my website, catlovedreamingpeach.com. Join me on Patreon and YouTube by the same name. See you. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you always get notified when I drop a new video. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts, ask questions, or give me your opinion or share an emoji. Mwah. For white people who refuse to acknowledge white privilege. And the reason why it's incredibly dangerous when white people deny white privilege is because then they are also denying systemic racism. And I've had a couple of people make nasty comments, well actually just one nasty comment, and it made me think about how while I was on my stream, on the live stream, I was deleting and blocking people. And at the same time, I had started my stream specifically because I was getting frustrated and I was so annoyed that I was trying to watch somebody else's stream and I was making comments and he was deleting my comments. But the reason that it frustrated me was because I wasn't saying bad comments. I was basically just agreeing with somebody else that Wendy Adelson should be arrested. And what was really interesting about it was that, well, I'm going to make another video where I'm going to read like 40 minutes worth of comments from, I don't know if it was from that video. I think it was. Actually, yes, it was. Because I remember that it seemed like during the live stream that he was, hold on, I have to answer a text. He was deleting comments that seemed like they wanted, like people like me who want Wendy to be arrested, which again, I find very suspicious that this channel who seemed very pro getting Wendy arrested, and then he did interviews with Detective Isom, and now all of a sudden he's like deleting comments about people wanting Wendy arrested and, you know, making comments himself about how she's likely not involved, which is very sus to me. However, what I found fucking fascinating and hilarious was that after the video was over, so I unfollowed him, I unsubscribed, but then I did go lurk and I looked because I was curious, like, okay, you were deleting my comments because I was agreeing with someone else that Wendy should be arrested. So what all else comments did people make? And oh my God, for every 100 comments, there was like one person who's like, I don't think she was involved. In other words, he had like 400 something comments that were all about arrest Wendy. And I just think it was kind of funny. Ha ha, fuck you, funny. Like, you were trying to delete comments during the live stream of people who were who want Wendy arrested, but then after the fact you got 400 comments. So I just think that it's bizarre. But I really wanted to say, if you want to delete comments off of your own channel, that is not the same thing as the government trying to remove a comedian or a late night talk show host or anyone, a university student, for writing an op-ed. When it's the government saying, no, you cannot give your opinion, that is violating your free speech rights. When some dumb bitch is on my video on a YouTube channel and I want to delete them, I can. just as much as that other guy could delete me, even though I didn't think that what I was saying was offensive. He had every right to delete me. And was he violating my free speech? No, because the moment that happened and I was like, fuck this guy, unsubscribe, and I went on a live and I talked about what I wanted to talk about. So I just wanted to make a quick video about deleting somebody off your YouTube channel, or like having the right to delete nasty comments off of your YouTube channel is 100% people have a right to do. And I've seen comments saying like, you can't do that. Like, what? That's sick. That's psycho. Of course you can delete anything you want off of your YouTube channel. However, that is not in any way the same as the government deleting somebody because they don't like what they're saying. Learn a little bit. Google is your friend. You can go to the library. You can ask a librarian. You can research yourself. Okay? And again, Google is not the answer, the end-all, be-all. Google is just a platform to help you get to the places where you can find the answer. Okay? So some people are like, oh, just because you Googled it doesn't mean you know. However, just because you Googled it doesn't mean you don't know, because you don't know what you found on Google. Okay? There's a wealth of resources out there that you can find at your fingertips. See you later. Bye. All right, now I have a couple of minutes. My meeting ended and my next meeting doesn't start for an hour. So I thought I would go ahead and continue with my thoughts a little bit about deleting comments from my YouTube channel because I think they're offensive, or like I was saying on the live stream. By the way, I'm trying to like do a little bit of work over here on my computer at the same time that I'm doing this video. So on the live stream that I did the other day, Friday night actually, there was, I was saying, you are not welcome here if you are racist, if you are fascist, if you are misogynistic, if you're xenophobic, if you're MAGA, you are not welcome here. If you're transphobic, if you're homophobic, fuck off and get the fuck off of my channel, okay? And then, of course, the MAGA or the racist or whatever, they were like, oh my God, isn't that free speech? Aren't you blocking our free speech? And I was like, no, bitch, I'm not blocking your free speech because I am not the government. I am not the government taking down a talk show host because he insulted me and my little feelings are hurt. No, I am a content creator on my own personal channel that I get to decide. You can stay, you can go. Okay? Just like that YouTuber who deleted my shit and I was like, what the fuck? You deleted my shit and so I unsubscribed from you because I have a right to not subscribe to people who won't allow me to comment. Just like you can unsubscribe from me or you cannot subscribe from me if you don't like the fact that I blocked you from my channel because you said racist, misogynistic, or sexual, or, just like nasty stuff. So just get it right in your mind that, and, even when it comes to stores and stuff like that, as much as you might disagree with it, you can use your disagreement by not shopping there. Sometimes my kids want to go to a restaurant or someplace and they have 0 vegan options. And I say, I don't put my money in places that they don't even consider people like me. You don't have to have an entire vegan menu if you're not a vegan restaurant, but the fact that you don't even have like a meal or two or a drink or two, that tells me that I'm not welcome there. So if I'm not welcome there, then my dollars are also not going there. And these are like, you get to buy what you want to buy. You get to not buy what you don't want to buy. I was not a big fan. I was not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel. However, when all of that went down, I had Hulu. I was literally paying $1.99 a month. There was like 2 shows I watched on there. It's kind of annoying because there's a lot of ads, but that's because I pay $1.99 a month. And so when the whole thing went down and a lot of people were canceling their thing, at first I was like, well, it's not that big of a deal. I only pay $1.99 a month. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but I do stand up for free speech. And what happened to him was wrong. So I deleted my Hulu account because I wanted to be part of the movement that said, I'm going to boycott you because you're doing something that is illegal and unconstitutional. And then to boost his ratings, and because I was also curious, I watched the I watched it on YouTube because I don't have any channel where I can watch it. I don't have cable TV or anything like that. So I watched it on his YouTube channel, which he posted a little after. It wasn't exactly live, but still, I watched it, and I thought that what he said was okay. I thought that the whole crying and almost crying bit about, what Erica KKK Kirk said was ridiculous, and I completely disagree with it. And, but whatever. He said what he said, and I'm glad that he's back and they got his show back, and I'm glad mostly that Donald Trump can go suck ass, which he probably likes to do that anyhow. So, anyway, my point is that I have a right to say my channel is a free space for LGBTQ plus, and it's a free space for free thinkers. It's a free space for people to come and ask questions. But if you say nasty shit, if you get sexual with me, or conversely, you insult my looks, or if you're clearly MAGA or racist or misogynistic, or you're a white person who doesn't believe that there's such a thing as white privilege, or you just say stupid shit, then I'm going to delete you. I'm going to hide you from my channel because I have a right to do that. Just like other people have a right to do that as well. There were a couple of times where I was in a live stream that was like a pro Karen Reed channel, and I was voicing my dissent, and I got on a timeout. So I said, you know what? Fuck you. If you won't even allow somebody to have a differing opinion, then I don't want to be here. However, a differing opinion, in my opinion, when it comes to being racist, that's not a different opinion. You're just a disgusting, you have a double standard. You want to be entitled and privileged, and you want other people to be down. And to me, that's not an opinion. An opinion is that you don't like peanut butter and jelly. You like peanut butter, but you don't like peanut butter and jelly. You like jelly, but you don't like peanut butter and jelly. That's an opinion. You don't like this kind of music. You don't like this song. You like this band, but you don't like this song. You don't like this movie. Those are opinions. You don't really like black and pink together, but you love but you love green and pink together. That's my opinion. Okay, those are opinions. But when it comes to what you think is an opinion, but you're actually trying to remove somebody's human rights, civil rights, freedom of speech, again, you want to say those nasty things, go on and say it. Go make your own YouTube channel. Go stand on a corner with a sign, write an op-ed, do whatever you want. But I have a right to say, not here, not in this space. This is my space. This is my lawn. This is my backyard. This is my front yard. This is my house. This is my little area. So it's so important to me that people recognize the difference between free speech, what's free speech, and being allowed to say what you want to say, and having the right to say what you want to say, and other people having a right to delete your comments or to block you from their page. Again, it happened to me when I was like, I'm not saying anything bad, but maybe that person, he doesn't want to hear arrest Wendy comments, which that's why I thought it was ironic that there's 400, 500 comments about people talking about arrest Wendy. So it's kind of like you don't want them on there, but then you can't avoid it. So, and that's fine. Like, I get it. People are going to do whatever the hell they want to do for whatever agenda they have. But we should all have the right to say the things that we want to say, and the government doesn't have a right to come in and do it. Unless, of course, you want to live in a fascist world where we don't have the rights that have been so fought for and struggled for and hard won. And it's just crazy. In my mind, it's crazy that in my early 50s, I now have to seriously think about fighting for rights that my grandparents fought for. But I guess that's the thing, you can't take it for granted. You can't just become complacent. You can't just become part of the matrix and be, you're supposed to be tapped in, tuned in, turned on, not tuned out, zoned out, and just escaping in a fantasy la land, you know. And that's what's happening, is that far too many people have not understood what it took to get us here, and they just, you know, they didn't vote. Get out and vote! They didn't vote, or they did vote for the wrong people. I still believe that there was some real shady motherfucking shady shit happening. And, you know, Jessica Denson, Lights On, and people like that, people like she's been having on her channel, they're talking about it, but is it going to come out in time to do anything for us? I don't know. Anyway, see ya in the next one. And catlovedreamingpeach.com. Join me on my website, catlovedreamingpeach.com. Join me on Patreon and YouTube by the same name. See you. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you always get notified when I drop a new video. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts, ask questions, or give me your opinion or share an emoji. Mwah.